What's up, everybody? It's your boy Manny, and welcome to Around the MVA presented by the Ultimate Sports Show. As always, I'm joined by my two co hosts, Aaron Ross, Medina Kabir. I'm Manny Grachopo. Tonight, we got a bunch of games on the NBA schedule, starting with our team, Los Angeles Lakers. And guys, this was not a good game whatsoever. I mean, I'm glad that AD was kind of back to his old self because you can tell after all the games he's missed, he's finally getting his groove again. He had 26 points, shot 2 for 5 from the three, shot 10 for 20 from the field, 50%. That's pretty good, but obviously the defense tonight was abysmal. You guys agree with that?
Oh yeah. I honestly just think defense was abysmal. It just game just by the way final just went officially final. Um, we just it was final score was 116 to 107. I just kind of felt like they just weren't mentally checked in. It just didn't seem like they started off great. Um, but I mean, we were talking about that in the pregame show, right? And we were saying like, hey, this is how you stop this team. Like they're playing good, and this just shows you right there. The every like we've been saying the whole year, no matter what game it's been, everybody wants a piece of the world champions. Everybody wants to come get you. Everybody's
True.
gonna put their foot. They're gonna give their best performance they possibly can, because that's who they are. And if you're not on your game, you're gonna get burned. Uh, Also, you could definitely tell. We definitely are missing the king, and we want him back. We want him back as soon as we can. And it'd be great, but all in all, Medina, is frustrating, but we just got to bounce back. It was just not exactly what we expected.
No, it definitely wasn't. We played terribly tonight. I mean, we came off strong in that first quarter. It seemed like we had it. It seemed like we were going to have a good game. But then second quarter came around. We fell asleep again. Our defense was terrible. Everything that we were talking about in the pregame that the Lakers need to do in order to win this game, they lacked in. No defense in the paint. Their offense was terrible around the second half. I mean, and then, of course, there goes our usual Laker pattern. Once we're down, we start panic shooting, and we start taking unnecessary threes. There's nothing new there. We were 10 for 34. We shot 29% from the 3-point line. 29%. I mean, if that doesn't tell the Lakers to stop shooting threes, I don't know what is. I mean, oh man. But I mean, and our free throw shooting was terrible. 61% from the free throws. I mean, yeah, we did only have 10 rebounds. Good for the Lakers. I'm glad that we at least had that number down, but still, it was overall just a bad game. I would grade it a D. I'd grade it a D, D
Oh yeah.
minus. If it wasn't for the first quarter, I would have given it an F.
Yep.
But I mean, a shout out to AD. He had a good game at least. I mean, I know there's a lot of people that are hating on AD right now because he's not playing his best, but he's doing his best. I mean, we all talked about this. We knew that AD coming back, it wasn't going to be 30, 35 points a game from him, AD. This is AD slowly, slowly coming back, and he's been showing that to us every single game, what he's capable of doing. He's been getting stronger, and he just needs to get a little more aggressive, and he will. And this next week, especially by the time LeBron comes back, we're going to have our full AD back, and people need to give him a break because he's been doing his best. And that's all I have to say on that. What do you have to say, Manny?
Yeah.
I mean, you guys hit on the money. Bad from the three, bad from the free throw line. Every game I feel like is like this, and when I know all three of us, we all say that like the 3-point shots can't cut it because we're not a 3-point shooting team. But we shot 29% from the 3-point line. Like that's not a good sign. And one question I have for that is Ben McLemore, 4 for 12 from three. He pulled something like that Kyle Kuzma does every game, like just like chuckling 3-point shots. Like if you're not making them, do other stuff. I don't know why it's so like imperative for our guys to just shoot threes. Like I don't get it, but I gotta give props to the Washington Wizards. They're fighting for their lives to make the play-in tournament. They're doing their thing. My key to the game in the pregame show was to contain Russell Westbrook, and we said rebounding was going to be key for us because Russell Westbrook, if he misses a shot, you know he's going to rebound it and then dunk it again. He had 18 rebounds. He's out here trying to play like a big man. Well, not something that I'm happy about. Bradley Beal looked like Bradley Beal. 27 points, shot 3 for 5 from 3. But enough about the Laker game because I'm not very happy with that game. It was not a very good game. But let's get into some of the other games actually right now since we're talking. The 76ers blew out the Hawks. Shout out to the 76ers. Apparently they clinched the playoff spot tonight after that win.
Congrats.
And
Wow.
congrats to them, yeah. And Steph Curry's brother, Seth Curry, 20 points, 4 for 7 from 3. Very, very good for Seth Curry. Ben Simmons, I want to see him shoot more threes. He doesn't shoot many threes. He didn't take a 3 tonight. And he has to shoot the ball a lot too. He only shot five times. He had 8 points. Not liking that from Ben Simmons, in my opinion. Joel Embiid, he's in the MVP talks. 17 points. Pretty good game for him. But the bench for the 76ers looks really, really good. Tyrese Maxey, the guy they drafted this year in the first round, 11 points. Shake Milton, who's in the 6th man of the year conversation, 12 points. Korkmaz, 12 points. Tobias Harris, 17. And the Hawks looked horrible. I think it's because Trae Young didn't play. We don't know how long he's going to be back. He's been injured for quite a while. But John Collins did his thing, but the other team, the rest of the team was just abysmal. Let's get into some other games actually right now for us. Let's go with a game that just ended. The Bulls and the Knicks. Shout out to the Knicks. They are playing so freaking well, guys. It's insane. Like
Also for those that didn't know, the Bulls and the Knicks actually was supposed to be on ESPN. They pulled that game for the Lakers game, thinking it's going to be a great game, but we all know who that was. Go ahead, Manny.
No, you're right, Aaron. Maybe they should have put that game on instead of ours.
Maybe.
Because clearly this game was a lot better than the other one. I know it was a bit of a blowout as well, but at least the Bulls know to shoot threes. We clearly don't know how to shoot them. We shot 20%, they shot 34%. But shout out to Vucevic. He's been a very good pickup for the Bulls. He had 26 points, 18 rebounds, shot 10 for 12, 3 for 7. Very, very good game for Vucevic. Shout out to Vucevic. I'm glad they got somebody, and I'm hoping, guys, that the Bulls are somewhat a good team again. Like, I'm sure you guys agree with that. Like, it'll be nice to see a team like Chicago be good again because they haven't been good since the Derrick Rose days.
Oh,
And I'm sorry, Aaron. Can I actually comment on one thing?
Yeah,
I actually kind of want to see if the Lakers don't win it. I love my Lakers, and I pray to God that they win it. Don't get me wrong.
Same.
But it would be amazing to see the Knicks win it. I know that's like very far from happening, but they've been playing amazing these last few weeks, and I feel like they actually have a chance. I mean, we could possibly see them in the playoffs. I mean, I think they're number 4 seed right now.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, they're the 4 seed.
Who would have known? I mean, I would rather have that New York team win rather than the other.
I agree with you 1,000%, Medina. I know a lot of the media is like constantly all on the Nets behinds this year, like that they want them to win, but
the Knicks are not getting enough hype. They're
not getting
doing
enough hype.
amazing right now. Yeah.
Exactly.
10 out of their last 11 games they won, the Knicks. They are absolutely hot right now, and a lot of that, you guys, is because of one guy who used to play on the Lakers that we remember from our young core days.
Yeah.
Julius Randle. This guy is in the talks for MVP, and I can see why. He had 34 points and 7 rebounds, and remember on the Lakers he wouldn't really shoot many threes. Like he would try to shoot them, but then he would be like a little hesitant to shoot them. On the Knicks, he's shooting them.
Oh,
He
yeah.
shot 4 for 7 from 3. Like, that's insane. Like, shout out to Julius Randle. We all wish him well. Like, it sucks that we couldn't keep him, but he wanted to leave us, so there's nothing we could have done with that. But actually, guys, there's a lot of blowouts tonight. This is not a good night for the NBA. I usually like seeing games that are very close. Like, a lot of these games I'm seeing are blowouts. Let me get into the next game right here, which is the Celtics and the Hornets. And I gotta give credit to the Hornets. I know they lost this game, but the fact that they have no LaMelo Ball playing for them right now, they're actually been very competitive in a lot of games. I believe they're the 5th seed right now. They're actually really playing good. PJ Washington, I said 2 years ago before he got drafted, you guys, that PJ Washington was going to be a steal of a player for the Hornets, and he's proved me right on that. Like, tonight he had 19 points, shot 2 for 6 from 3. Like, he's a very good wing. Like me and Aaron were on a locker room chat before with our guys, and we were saying that, I forgot who said it, that like, to have like scoring wings, like 3-and-D players, are very, very key to the NBA, and that's why I like PJ Washington's fit on this Hornets team. Miles Bridges as well. He had 19 points as well, and shot very well from 3. Devontae Graham with 25. Terry Rozier with 15. Cody Zeller with 16. They have scoring, Charlotte. Like, that's another. I like that Medina brought up like the Knicks, that they're a team that nobody's talking about, but I wonder why nobody's talking about the Charlotte Hornets. I guess because they're a very small market team, maybe, but they have some scorers on their team. I really like the Hornets this year. They could be a team that could surprise people. But let's talk about a team that's been a very disappointing. I know they beat the Hornets tonight, the Celtics, but they've been very disappointing this year, you guys. Jason Tatum, we know he does his thing with 35 points, but besides him and Jaylen Brown, I have a lot of questions for this team. I think they're underperforming. I'm not trying to hate on Boston because I'm a Laker fan, but like, I'm keeping it real. I don't feel like they've been playing very well, Boston, because they've been very inconsistent. And I have League Pass, so I watch a lot of these games on my free time when the Lakers aren't playing. And I saw last night I watched actually last night when the Thunder played the Celtics, and Celtics did not look very good, you guys.
Yeah, they didn't look great, but honestly, Jason Tatum's been playing great ball. I mean, I respect. See, here's the thing, like, you could respect as an NBA fan. You might not dislike the players that are on there. You might have just the rivalry with the teams. But I mean, I give credit where it's due when it comes to great players. And honestly, yes, it hurts a little for me to say this, but the Celtics are playing good. They went through a phase where they've been on and off a lot, but they got good talent, and obviously they're trying to get as high as a seeding that they can actually get when it comes to the playoffs. And that's the biggest picture, Manny. And Medina, they're kind of looking at it and they're saying, hey, they wanna win, and obviously they want to get to deep in the playoffs. And who knows? I mean, I don't know. I mean, eventually we're gonna have a playoff show, I'm sure. But I mean, hey, they're trying to keep up with Brooklyn, because Brooklyn's obviously been red hot. We know what they've been doing. And I feel like definitely they're on a roll.
Definitely. Oh, go ahead, Manny.
Go ahead, Medina. It's okay.
No, it's okay. Go ahead, Manny.
Okay. Before I let Medina speak, what I think I want to say is I'm glad Aaron brought up the Brooklyn Nets, because that could be a first-round matchup for the Celtics. So Celtics have got to get their stuff together, because I'm not trying to sound like a hater, but I Tatum and Brown are playing out of their minds this year. It's just the rest of the team I got a lot of questions for. I don't think they're playing very well as a team. I think there's a lot of chemistry problems that's going on with them.
Yeah, I feel like all these good teams from last year, they're struggling with something this year. I mean, we're seeing that with our own Laker team right now. But I mean, Boston is a good team overall. I mean, I know there are rivals, and I know, but I'm not going to be biased here. I feel like they've been playing pretty all right. I feel like without their two main guys, they wouldn't really be this great though. I mean, kind of like how everyone's always saying, oh, without LeBron and AD, the Lakers wouldn't be anything. But I think the Lakers kind of proved that wrong after they got injured. But I mean, we've said this before, guys. If it was any other team that had their two main stars out with injuries, they'd be dying, and they'd be in last place with that seed number. I mean, the Lakers, they've been struggling, but I mean, they're trying their best. I mean, tonight we did not see that. We did not see their best, but I mean, all the other nights we know that they're trying to do their best without their main guys. And yeah, it's just like Manny said, it sucks to see all these blown out games. I mean, that's something else. Like, I feel like the NBA needs to reconsider next year, or hopefully it doesn't have to be like this again next year, the scheduling. But I just feel like a lot of these players are also tired. I mean, not everyone's playing to their full potential. A lot of players are getting injured, and it's because we did not get proper rest from last year. And I feel like all these guys are playing way too many minutes, which leads to too many injuries in the long run. And it's just not looking good. And with all these back-to-back games as well, like the scheduling, like it's not fair. I mean, any good team is going to struggle eventually at some point during the season. What do you guys think?
You hit it on the money, Medina. Like, I was like a lot of the analysts aren't really talking about that. I'm glad you brought that up. Like, I'm not just saying that for our Lakers, but for every team in the league. It's the fact that the schedule. It's the fact that like the season had to, because of COVID, the season had to start in July and then end in October, and then there was such a short layoff where like the Lakers and Heat only had like 72 days of rest, which is very unfair because there's teams that missed the playoffs, like the Warriors, like the Knicks, like the Hawks, and so on and so forth, that had like 200 days of rest all over. Like it boggles my mind. But I know, and I mean, I can't really say much here in Canada because we're still dealing with a lot with the pandemic. But you guys in the States, with all the vaccines and everything, you guys are progressing very well with this whole COVID. So I guarantee you this, the next season, you guys are probably going to be back to normal. The season's probably going to start in October and then end in April. It's going to be an okay schedule once again, at least. Like, I'm very happy to hear that it's going good over there. But anyways, back to the games. There's actually a game that's almost over actually right now, and it's finally a close one. Finally, the Miami Heat and San Antonio Spurs. There's 20 seconds left in the fourth. The Heat are up 114-111, but very very good game here. Like we had some big bench scoring from the Miami Heat. Let me start with Miami Heat, who's my actually surprise this year. I know they're underperforming, but when their team gels together, I feel like they're going to be a deep playoff run team. They have a good bench. They have a good starting lineup. They have good defense. They have a very good coach. But to talk about their bench, they have guys like Dwayne Dedmon and Goran Dragic who have 18 points apiece off the bench, which is insane to think about. They're looking like Montrezl Harrell and Jordan Clarkson out there on the bench. Very, very good. With Dwayne Dedmon shooting 7 for 8. Goran Dragic shooting 4 for 7 from 3. What's up, Garrett?
How's it going, Garrett? Welcome to the show, man.
What's up?
Welcome to the show.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in to the Around the NBA. Anyways, back to here is let's talk a bit about also the San Antonio Spurs in this game as well. With 20 points from DeRozan. DeRozan has actually been a very underrated player as well this season. And like I said, San Antonio, small market. Maybe that's why people don't talk about him very much. And you got DeJounte Murray, who's a very young commodity in this game that plays very well with 22 points, 11 rebounds, 10. Wow, he had a triple-double, guys.
Yeah. He
had a triple-double. Very good game for DeJounte Murray. And then Lonnie Walker, we haven't really heard much about him this year, but he had 18 points, shot 3 for 6. I'm glad we finally have a close game, you guys.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, close games are just more exciting. I mean, like Medina was saying, it's exciting to watch. You have people involved, you have fans involved, you have us involved. You know, it makes more exciting to talk about. Versus just such a one-sided game where someone's getting beat by 20 points, 30 points, whatever it may be. You know, it just adds more excitement because then you see like this one, you know, there's 20.8 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And it's 115 to 111 right now. Miami right now over San Antonio. And it's like those games just bring the intensity, you know. They obviously Garrett right here with a, you know, ton of, oh my god, this is like so accurate with the Spurs, because it's true, they have a lot of young talent. The Spurs do. They get counted out a lot to say, you know, oh well, Popovich is dealing with a young team that's not going to go anywhere. No, this Spurs team will be eventually a good Spurs team like they were. It'll take them time, but they have a young core to be around and build around, and that's the most important part about building a team. So I mean, hey, this is gonna be a good game. I mean, I'm excited. There's 11 seconds now, and it's 116 to 111. So I mean, that's a thriller right there. Who you got? Who do you think's gonna close this out, Medina?
I'm sorry. Who was up again? Miami.
Miami's up 116 to 111 with 11 seconds left. Like, this is
Miami.
actually exciting. Miami, right?
I was trying to pull up the stats, but they're not coming up for me. So sorry about that. But yeah, I think Miami's gonna win this game for sure. 11 seconds.
Yeah, I got Miami as well. I've said it since last season. I'm gonna say it again this season. Miami is a super underrated team. Everybody writes them off because they're not always that high seed in the East. But with me and with a lot of basketball fans, I'm not the only one that says this. It's not about the standings. It's about how the team is constructed. That's how I go by basketball. I say who has the better defense, who has the better depth. When I look at those two aspects on the NBA, that's how I know that you're gonna be in the like a playoff contender, not even a finals contender, like a playoff contender. Also, what's up, Chris? Shout out to Chris tuning in the show as well. And let's also get into this game. Another close game. Finally, we're getting close games out here. Very, very good. We got the Magic. We're very familiar with the Magic. We played them 2 nights ago. They just beat the Cleveland Cavaliers 109-104. Both teams are looking in the lottery, possibly looking more at like Cade Cunningham, Evan Mobley, Jalen Suggs, all the prospects. And the Magic are actually playing very well. This game, they looks like they scored the ball pretty good. Shuma Okiki, this guy, nobody's talking about Shuma Okiki. This kid is gonna be a star. Like, I'm really liking the way he's playing. Not a superstar, but I'm just saying, like, he's going to be a solid NBA player in the future. With 18 points, 3 for 6 from 3, 7 for 12 from the field. We got Cole Anthony, who I don't even know how the hell he fell so far in the draft last year. But he fell like the 22nd pick, and I forgot. But he's been very, very good this year for the Magic. He had 18 points, 6 for 12 for shooting, 4 rebounds. Gary Harris, that was a nice pickup from the Nuggets when they traded away Aaron Gordon. He had 19 points. And Dwayne Bacon as well from the bench. Very good player. I like what I see from Chuma Okeke and Dwayne Bacon. And also props to the Cleveland Cavaliers. I know that they lost this game, but there are also guys that shot very well from the field as well, but not very well from 3. That's the problem. That's their problem. The Cleveland Cavaliers. They're kind of like the Lakers in my opinion. They try to just like chuckle up 3-point shots, but it amounts to nothing because they don't try anything else. They're mostly like, Aaron has said this before, you live by the 3, you die by the 3, and that's basically what's been going on. Like Kevin Love, you're not known for your 3-point shooting. Why the hell are you 2 for 10 from the 3-point line? Like, I don't know what to say about Kevin Love, but looks like Jetty Osman played good, Isaac Okoro played good, Jarrett Allen played good, Darius Garland played good. It didn't help that Colin Sexton didn't play. I feel like if Colin Sexton played, they probably would have won.
Yeah. Hey, what about the active games here? We got Trailblazers, Grizzlies, Pelicans, Nuggets. The biggest game I'm looking forward to tonight. The Clippers and the Suns right there. That is a great game. And if you're a basketball fan, I don't care. That's a terrific game. The Suns are playing great basketball. What is your guys' prediction? Who you guys got winning these active games?
Suns.
Suns? I got the Suns too. I just like
Phoenix all
Devin
the
Booker,
way.
man.
Devin
Devin
Booker.
Booker, Chris
Devin
Paul.
Booker. Yeah.
Yeah, they're playing great. Trailblazers and Grizzlies. I think that's probably going to be one sided in a little bit. I would assume.
Let me actually pull up that game real quick.
So it already started.
Yeah, it just started right now. Clippers and Suns 29-20 for the Clippers, but
they're playing great.
To answer your sorry, Aaron, you want to?
I was gonna say the Clippers game. That game, Clippers are playing great basketball right now. I give them credit. I think they're 9-1 in their last 10 games. You know, they're just playing great, and I will give credit always where credit's due. Doesn't matter who the team is. Doesn't matter. They are playing terrific basketball right now. They're 43-20 on the year. They well deserve playing the way they are. Zubac, no one's really no one's big in scoring right now yet. But I expect Booker to go off tonight. I expect Chris Paul to just keep doing what he's doing. He's playing tremendous basketball. How old he is and how many years he's got with those legs of his. He is just playing. I mean, absolutely like vintage Chris Paul right now. Am I wrong?
Yes.
No. Well, I still have it that the Suns win tonight. Not trying to bring down the Clippers, but I just feel like the Suns are a better team right now. But with that being said, guys, unfortunately, I do have to sign off a little bit earlier tonight than you guys. But have a great rest of your show. I'll be watching from the comments and eating my food. I gotta break my fast right now, else I would have stayed on a little bit longer. But have a great night, guys, and shout out to everyone in the comments too. You guys are awesome. All right, bye.
Shout out to you, Medina.
All right, shout out to Medina.
I mean, it's a great game. I think I got obviously the Suns winning that game. Nuggets and the Pelicans. That's a good game too, man. I mean,
Nuggets,
oh my God,
Pelicans. Let me pull up this game too.
That's a decent game too. I mean, it's 73-65 right now, and it's in favor of the Nuggets right now. And I give the Nuggets a lot of credit because a lot of teams can just take as we say, take the lengthy way of just not playing terrific basketball, and they're just playing good. And I also say the Pelicans are playing great too as well.
Yeah, the Suns are playing very, very well. They're really performing very well this year, and I said in the offseason, and I was right. I said I'm because I was talking to some NBA fans on Twitter when maybe 6, 7, 8 months ago, maybe even 10 months ago, and they were saying Manny, why do you think the Suns are not a good team and they missed the playoffs for so long? I said it's because Devin Booker is missing a playmaker on that team. And when they got Chris Paul, I'll admit it, as a Laker fan, I didn't want Chris Paul just because his contract is so large. But the thing is that the fact that he makes so much sense for Phoenix because Devin Booker needs his playmaker, and there's no better playmaker than one of the greatest facilitators of all time in Chris Paul. This guy knows how to orchestrate the NBA so well. I think he's second to LeBron in orchestrating a whole team, in my opinion. I'm sure you agree with that too, Aaron.
Oh yeah, I mean he just moves. He just gets people in the right places. I mean, there's so we could sit here and Manny, we could sit here and just have a show about one particular player. It's just they just do so much good for this game, and he's just playing great basketball right now.
Oh, absolutely, he is, and. Since we're going to talk about Denver and the Pelicans, let me get into it because our guys here in the chat are all talking about the Pelicans. Let's see what's going on in this game. Let me refresh the page on my phone to let you guys know a bit. Yeah, so Zion Williamson. What's there to say about Zion Williamson? Every game he's basically like a truck driver on the court. He's so physical, so dominant. It's crazy how he plays. Yeah, I know he only has 13 points, but there's a lot of basketball still to be played. There's only 3:42 left in the third. And Brandon Ingram, former young core player, he's always very good. Brandon Ingram, He's a consistent shooter in the NBA, and he was an All-Star last year. He could be an All-Star again. He could be an All-Star again even next year. And I'm not going to be surprised me because he's just so good. And another guy I want to talk about. I can't like not talk about the Pelicans when not mentioning about my boy Lonzo Ball. I mentioned in this show that I'm a big Lonzo fan. He was my favorite Laker before he got traded, and 13 points, 8 rebounds, 9 assists. I said I forgot. I think it was our last show, Aaron, from around the NBA when I said that that Lonzo could average a triple double in the recent future, and he's really capable of doing it. I said he could average like a 13, 10, 11 season one year. And he has 13, 8, and 9 in this game. He's shooting 3 for 6 from the field, 5 for 10 from the field. He's really good, but I'm going to take a wild guess before looking at the Nuggets that my MVP this year, Nikola Jokic, is killing it. It wouldn't surprise me.
Oh, yeah.
And I was right. I just scrolled down to the Nuggets stats, and I'm right. 28 points, 11 for 18 shooting, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. This man's a beast. Like, what's there to say about Nikola Jokic? Right. And
he's unbelievable.
Absolutely. Without a doubt. Aaron, did you want to add something or
about Jokic? Mm-hmm. He's just, he's playing he's putting up numbers that I haven't seen him do. I mean, you've seen him do it in flashes, but he's just playing just terrific style basketball right now. He's healthy. I guess he's lost some weight as well, I was reading. And I feel like he's kind of anchoring that team. When they, Nuggets have been dealing with their own injury bugs. Obviously their biggest one, which everybody knows already. But he's just playing unbelievable. Right now, he's shooting great. His defense is great. His versatility on the court, and he just makes that team better when he's on the court. No matter, even if Jamal Murray isn't playing right now, he still makes his team great, and that's the fun. I love watching these players, great players like this, just help their team and get these jobs done. Obviously, it should be a fun finish, but it's 8-point game right now, going in the 2:34 left in the third. I'll be excited to see what that score finishes.
Oh, absolutely. It's a very close game right now. Aaron Gordon, 10 points, 4 for 5 from the field. Michael Porter Jr., 17 points. He's another really good player, Michael Porter Jr. I really like him. But the problem is with him is his first 2 years in the NBA were dealt with injuries. That's why it took him so long to finally play. But I've always told people, don't sleep on Michael Porter Jr. He's a very good commodity in this NBA as well. And let's see what other games there are going on right now. What game didn't I cover? Let me go.
It says really Jazz and the Kings, I believe.
Jazz and Kings are the one I didn't cover. Yeah.
Again, congrats to the Utah Jazz making the playoffs. Absolutely well earned. They're just playing. They're playing great. Their record speaks for themselves. They're 44-17. My bad. And right now they're at 30-27. The end of the first quarter there. That game will be fun to a fun ending to that game. Should be. Sacramento. Yes. They've had some decent wins. They've beaten some competitive teams. So, I'm excited to see what they can do as well.
Absolutely. Honestly, shout out to the Jazz, Nets, and 76ers for clinching the playoffs. I know like the NBA is very star-driven league, but I'm sure, Aaron, you could agree on this with me that it's always nice to see teams fighting out to make the playoffs. And when they do, it brings joy because it brings you hope. Not every team is the Lakers and the Nets that are dying to see a championship again, hoping for a championship again because we're such a spoiled fan base that it's accustomed to us. But there's other teams out there like the Utah Jazz that are a very small market team, but to see them as a number 1 seed in the NBA, I'm a Laker fan, but I have to admit I'm very happy to see small market teams thrive in the NBA. It puts me joy to see that. But to talk a bit about the Jazz game, the first quarter just ended. They're playing the Sacramento Kings. Sacramento Kings, obviously, they're looking in the lottery. They're also looking into the
Yeah.
Cade Cunningham, Evan Mobley, Jalen Suggs type of thing. But without Donovan Mitchell, I like to see, Aaron, actually how they're gonna fare in the playoffs without Spida.
Yeah, I mean it'll be different. I mean, I feel like that team doesn't have to rely on him. He like as I would say, is let him just get himself ready, get himself healthy, because that's where you need him. I mean, look, just like Anthony Davis and LeBron James, let them get healthy, let them be ready to go for the playoffs. Nobody cares when it comes to the regular season now. If you can make it back before the regular season's over, whether you're Donovan Mitchell, whether you're LeBron James, you just got to go out there, get as much conditioning as you can, and you're playing for the playoffs. That's
Absolutely.
really what you're doing for. You're let all the rest take care of itself right now. Get your body right, be 100%, and then when game one, whoever's playing who, and I know the matchups are going to be crazy. The playoff, we will eventually have a playoff show. That'll become more to come, details to follow. But I mean, they're just absolutely, these guys will absolutely be terrific when it comes to playoff time, playoff LeBron, playoff Donovan Mitchell, even playoff Anthony Davis. All these guys right here will be fine. And I know a lot of people in general, like, to bring this up, a lot of people have been saying, like, hey, I don't like the fact that someone's not playing great. I don't like the fact that they're on the court already and they're not up to par of where they should be. If you come back from an injury, you're never going to have your full body conditioning for at least 6 games or so. It's going to take you a few games to get yourself ready to go, and see how things look, because look, it took a toll on the Lakers today. A lot of people said, there's some people that said, well, Anthony Davis isn't fully healthy yet, and that's what they'll say when LeBron James comes back, whenever his game may be. Nobody knows yet. There could be an eyeball that says he could come back next week, which would be ideal for everybody. But I mean, it's body conditioning, it's getting yourself right, it's being healthy, it's sustaining your 30 plus minutes, plus going out there having your legs to shoot your jumpers, shoot your threes. That's all legs, and if you don't have your legs under you completely, your shots are not going to fall.
Yeah, I agree 100% with you, Aaron, on that one.
No.
If your shots aren't falling, it's a make or miss league. You always say that, and it's how it goes. And you're right, Chris. LeBron's about to come back. We're all very hyped on that one, including myself, Aaron, and Medina. We all are. And personally, in my opinion, I mentioned this on our last show, and I'm gonna say it again on this show. If there's an ideal timetable for him to come back, I'm hearing he might come back at the end of the week. But if he does, if he wants to come back next week, I want to see him come back against the Clippers, just because you already know that it's going to be a possible playoff preview. I know Denver too, but if we fall to the 6th seed, I mean, I'm praying we don't fall to the 6th seed, but also there's a part of me that wants to fall to the 6th seed because I want to play the Clippers, because the media, they always like to yap about the Clippers. They like to suck their behinds all the time, but that's why I want all that smoke. They always talk about the Clippers. They always say like how they're somewhat better than the Lakers, quotation wise. So I want to play them. I want to shut them up, and I want to beat them. And you have no idea how badly I want to beat them. And if that happens and we do beat the Clippers, I'm gonna come on the show and we're all gonna be very hype. And I'm gonna say, you know what? It's gonna feel amazing, because it's gonna feel amazing to see the media just cry in their corners, and they're going to have to find a new topic to talk about. But that's going to do it for me, guys. For myself, Aaron, and Medina, be sure to check out our Lakers Live pregame show on 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Pacific Time. We're going to be playing against the Sacramento Kings. It's going to be a little bit of an easier matchup than the Wizards, because the Wizards are fighting for the playoff lives. The Kings are not so much fighting. So I'm just... I'm not happy about the win tonight, if I'm going to say a final thought, but Aaron, if you want to add like a final thought, or
My final thoughts simply is, you know what, since not only with the Lakers just didn't play great. They didn't play great to win this game. They just need to be healthy. They need to look at their attempts of how many threes they're making in a game and adjust the game. You can adjust your game just with a snap of a finger. And, I think that's where the Lakers got to do it. I think in general, my overall perspective on the leagues today, I think there's some good games out there. There is some good games tonight. I'm excited to see this finish of the Spurs game and the Clippers game. That is my pay. I'm paying attention to that game as well because that should be a great game as well. Two great teams going at it, and you know what? The other teams, yes, there was some higher scoring and wins tonight, but overall, it's Manny. It's always fun talking basketball.
absolutely, it's so fun. And me too. I'm spending a lot of time watching this game. I have this game on actually, the Clippers and Suns on my TV as we were doing the thing, and going back to my boy Chris, that he lives in Arizona. I bet you a lot of Phoenix fans are very hyped because they haven't seen playoff basketball in a long time. So I'm sure you're going to be with a lot of people that are hyped like that. But anyways, for me, Aaron and Medina, be sure to check out our show on Friday, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Pacific Time. That's gonna do it for us, and
NBA.
and for around the NBA, and peace.